Hello guys, so today we'll be taking a look at the Condé, which is the super ship that follows the line of the Army 4, and this is currently the best kiting ship that you can possibly get. And the reason for that are a lot. Basically, this ship it has great AP, it has very good HE, it's a magnificent fire starter, and with this mechanic of the burst salvos, you can pretty much delete any cruiser if they are showing you enough broadside. And yeah, what do I like to do with the Condé? Well, first of all, the first thing I want to do is go into a flank. Why? Because that's where ships like these excel, which is kiting cruisers and battleships that are pushing to you on the flank, so you don't get cross-shotted over the map. So right now, as you see, I'm trying to get into position, and while I'm going into that position on the flank, I just shoot whatever I can that shows up in my range. By the way, one thing that you probably should do on this ship more often that I'm doing here on this video is you should basically start with AP, because you will often caught a lot of the ships, like for example these Napolis, that are trying to go into position, so this way they will show more broadside than usual, so they can get that important position for themselves. And yes, since now that I'm in cover, I can basically turn my ship around and put myself in a kiting position role. By the way, don't get caught showing broadside on this ship, because you can pretty much get deleted by any ship. I've made that mistake a couple of times when I was first playing this ship, and since I wasn't very used to the rudder shift and the turning circle of this ship, which they are quite big, quite huge. Yeah, I got caught and I ate a lot of big salvos, for example 40k, 30k, etc. So yeah, right now we are in our position, and since this Minnesota is basically behind the island and I only see a Shimakaze, I start realizing that I don't have really much to do here. And this is very important if you are playing a fast ship like Condé that likes to kite and basically put its own value on damage output, right? So I instantly see that there's a Plymouth super extended on the C cap. He's playing really aggressive, and there is a Pommern and a Missouri pushing into C as well. So I immediately abandoned this flank, since I know there won't be enough action for me to play around here, and I start moving towards middle. And things like this, like map awareness and being able to read the map, are very important, because otherwise if I sat there and just waited for them to push into me, I would basically do nothing but wait and waste out my DPM, fire capacity. Basically I would be wasting my entire ship on that flank, right? So yeah, now I see the Pommern, I start HEing him, but I'm already planning on basically pushing this Plymouth very aggressively. Why? First of all, because I'm a super ship, basically I'm a tier 11, and the Plymouth, let's be honest, is just a garbage ship. He can't really do anything against me, even though if I shoot broadside him, since his AP penetration is quite tragic. So yeah, even though they have a Roosevelt, luckily he's not really focusing me, he's just farming the BBs. Hashtag typical CV main. Yeah, and I'm just gonna push him with my Hydro. And since I'm detected, this guy realizes that I am actually pushing him quite hard. And right now I don't want to turn in because he has torps, so I don't want to get YOLO'd by this guy. And I'm just gonna turn away, show my broadside without any problem. As you can see, his AP doesn't have enough pen to do any damage to me. He can only do like regular pens. He can't citadel me. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, I'm not gonna waste a burst salvo here. Why? Well, because I have a lot of ships uh, in my gun range. So if I do a burst salvo here, I wouldn't be able. Actually, this wasn't planned. Like this Annapolis thing that's gonna happen, as you are about to see. But the reason why I didn't use the burst salvo there, it wasn't because of this burst that you saw here, but because I saw a lot of battleships in my range. And this way I wouldn't waste any kind of DPM. But luckily this Annapolis made the mistake of going way too backwards, and he shows full broadsiding to me. And yeah, this is what the Condé does. If a ship shows full broadside to you, you can just burst him down with your AP and do devastating strikes pretty much. And this is what makes this ship, at least in my opinion, so goddamn fun. You can just do these silly things that you can do in an Annapolis or even in a regular tier 10. So right now, there's this guy that is shooting me. I should be unspotted here, but since I'm not, I realize that there's a Shima probably at B. And yeah, I just need to flee right now and farm this BB that is pushing into me. And as you can see, we are already 3 ships up, and this game is looking pretty much over already. And yeah, these are the type of situations that you also need to know that like they're not gonna push into you. They are outnumbered, they are scared, and basically they're just gonna run away. So what do you have to do? I'm not gonna play a kiting position roll right now because I know they are gonna run. So I'm just wait for that mystery salvo, and once those shells hit the water, I'm just gonna turn around and start pushing. Luckily, this Udaloy, I think it's an Udaloy. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, basically this guy makes a mistake. He plays way too aggressive, so I'm just gonna pop my reload booster and deal the maximum damage as I can. And yeah, this guy is gonna go down because he's playing way too aggro against my Yugumo. And yeah, we are just gonna push this middle part of the map from now on. And now we are gonna see also one of the strengths of this ship, which is the HE. It has monstrous HE. Pen, it's okay, it's good, but like it's not super, no, it's not top tier like a Goliath. But yeah, the fire chance is 24%, which is great, since you fire at like 12-11 seconds, depending on adrenaline rush, etc. If you have top grade gunner or not. But yeah, as you're gonna see now, I'm gonna start popping up a lot of damage, because most of the entirety of this game, we basically tried to play aggro against the Plymouth, and we didn't really farm any BBs at all. We had like a good burst on the Annapolis that showed too much broad, but yeah, that was pretty much it. And now we are about to see one of the main strengths, which is farming BBs. You basically can like put a BB on fire, and if he repairs it, if he makes that mistake, you can just reload boost and start another like 2 or 3 fires, depending if he has fire prevention or not. And yeah, right now we are just gonna push this flank. As I said, like this ship is also super fast, which is one of the main strengths. You can pretty much like sit 18 kilometers away, 17, and with your acceleration you can just juke shells back and forward. That's basically also one of the main strengths of this ship. And yeah, I think it has like a 41 knots of maximum speed, or 42 if I'm not mistaken, which is top tier basically. You outrun a lot of DDs, which is, at least in my opinion, it's just silly. It's a little bit too much. This ship definitely needs some nerfs. I wouldn't say it needs like a gunpowder nerf, but it needs more of a maneuverability nerf, because since you can relocate so fast and dodge so many shells, I think that's what makes this ship way too strong. Yes, you have a crazy damage output, but like that's the whole purpose of a kiting cruiser, it's to do damage. But the Condé, it's able to do damage, but it's also able to basically outrun so many shells, in a way, like not outrun literally, but like dodge so many shells if you have the right distance, which is just silly. And yeah, you all are also very good at brawling, since you are fairly tanky. I mean, don't brawl against like super high caliber guns, since the overmatch mechanic, but that's another different story. And yeah, by the way, enjoy this one. These type of things just make me love this game even more, which is fucking up CVs, by the way. Yeah, fuck this guy. You didn't hear that, okay? So yeah, as I was saying, you are also very good at brawling, since you have 8 km torps. They have fairly good angles, and you are super fast, so you can basically dictate the engagement as you please. So yeah, right now we are just farming this Kremlin as mostly as I can, and yeah, the AA is nothing special. If carrier wants to strike you, he's gonna strike you and you're gonna suffer. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I think that is pretty much everything. Like the charges, I don't really talk about them because F subs, no one cares about subs. If you care, get out of my video right now. And yeah, right now I'm just farming this Kremlin, this lava, and yeah, that's pretty much everything. Should you buy the Condé if you have the credits for it? Yes, you should definitely, because it's a top tier ship. It's the best kiting cruiser in the game right now, and it's gonna be super useful for clan battles for sure. It's basically outperforms the Nevsky, which was one of the favorites, one of the best ships for the kiting role. Basically, it outperforms the Nevsky in every single way. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Really, thank you so much, and peace.